Hey, welcome back to Trucking with Velox 18. We are here in Bolingbrook, Illinois, or Romeoville, Illinois, depending on which side of the street you're on. I'm here at the I-55 truck stop right here in, well, I already told you, whatever town this actually is in, Bolingbrook. One thing told me Bolingbrook, another thing told me Romeoville. I'm not sure. I don't know my way around these parts. My first time ever staying at this truck stop up here in the Chicago area, but it got chilly last night. Got down to the low 30s. So put the extra blanket on the sleeper. I don't have a bunk heater. Remember, I built a California truck, and I thought I don't need that extra weight because I didn't know if I was gonna haul bulk tanker still. So I didn't want to put all this extra stuff on the truck and end up with a heavy truck that didn't make me any money if I still had to do that. So when I spec'd it out, I spec'd out all the stuff I would need, the short stacks, the lightweight, but then I made certain decisions to make it flexible so I could do other stuff. So anyway, so it doesn't have a bunk heater, so I had to put the extra blanket in the sleeper last night. It's about as cold as I like to sleep. If it gets any colder than that, if it gets down to the 20s, I'm probably gonna hurt my truck and just idle it and keep the heater on. So that's just that. But anyway, enough about last night. We got to look ahead to today. We got a pickup over in Aurora, Illinois, and then we're gonna head down. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna head down towards Mississippi, and we're going to the football game tomorrow, Ole Miss versus Auburn. And the reason we chose this game to go to is because my son's first school choice was Auburn, and he got into all kinds of more difficult schools to get into. He got into Baylor, Clemson, a bunch of schools that are way more difficult to get into, and Auburn, of all schools, was the one that said, nah, we don't need someone like you. We don't need a Californian down here in Alabama. So he didn't get in to Auburn, and that was his number one school choice. So when he decided on Ole Miss and we saw that they were hosting Auburn, I circled that game and I said, that's our revenge game. We're gonna go and watch that game. So we're gonna head down towards Oxford, Mississippi, so we can watch that game tomorrow. So we're gonna get loaded up this morning and then we're gonna hit the road, man. And I don't know how far we're gonna make it, if we're gonna get down towards Southern Illinois, if we're gonna get down towards Memphis, if we're gonna get into Mississippi today. I don't know. It'll all depend on how long it takes them to load me, but we're gonna go in here and get myself an energy drink while the truck warms up, and then we'll hit the road. So you guys roll the music and I'll catch up with you guys when we get over that direction to make our pickup. Roll the music.
Hold on, can we talk about the fact that I had toothpaste on the corner of my mouth that whole time and you guys didn't tell me anything? Man, that's messed up. That's so messed up. All right, continue rolling the music.
Alright, we are on our way, and got to make our pickup in Aurora, Illinois. And I don't know how much the tolls are on the 355 and the 88, but I'm gonna find out, because the non-toll road route to get to Aurora from here is much longer. Not just in time, but in miles and in stoplights and in everything else. So at the end of today's video, I'm gonna go and pay all the tolls online, and we'll see what my total was for these few loads I did around the Chicago area, and we'll see how much it skimmed off the top of our profits to run around over here, because that's kind of just kind of the way you have to do it if you're going to be running around in Chicago. You're going to pay some tolls, or you're going to be risking, going through some, like, kind of some scary areas, not knowing if it's a truck route. You know, you can't trust Google Maps. You can't all the way even trust trucker GPSs sometimes, and or the trucker GPS will send you on like the longest route possible. So I am yeah, we'll take a look at that at the end of the video, but right now we have to pay for parking at this truck stop. A lot of truck stops in bigger cities have this type of setup. I know, I think it's the Petro, or is it the TA? I always mix up Pilots Flying J's and TA Petros because they're the same company, so in my head they just get grouped together. I know the one down in Ontario has kiosks like this, so when you come in you get a ticket, and then when you're leaving you either show them your receipt for your purchases if you bought fuel, which I don't need 75 gallons of fuel right now, so I'm just gonna pay for parking, 15 bucks. Good morning. Thank you. So I double checked with the cashier inside, and I just said, hey, do they take card out there at the exit booth? And she said, yes, they do. Cash, credit, or debit. And I said, cool. Then I don't need to pay the $6 or whatever it is to get money out of the ATM inside. This is a good receipt. All parking, write-off, done. Save that one. Save that one. That's a good one. But anyway, all right, we'll get on down the road and we'll hit these toll roads and get over to Aurora to make our pickup. We have a 10 a.m. appointment, but I'm trying to get there by 9. I'd like to get my day, I'd like to get south as quickly as possible. So that is the plan. I'll catch up with you guys when we get over there. All right, we're coming up here to this DHL / Mondelez International facility. Last time I had a load, it was candy from Phoenix or Goodyear or one of those. So I'm thinking maybe this might be the same type of thing, especially since it's a 60-degree load. Kind of sounds like candy to me. But last time I did one of those was when there was a miscommunication on the appointment time, and I got to the appointment in San Bernardino, California. You know, it was like a 300-mile load, 275-mile load, something like that. 200, I don't know. It wasn't a long load. And how many miles is it from Phoenix to San Bernardino? I don't know. Whatever, maybe 400 miles. I forget. I digress. The fact is that I showed up over there to a McLean, and they were like, yeah, your appointment's not for like 4 days. So that was when I had to get that thing cross-docked, and I played it all wrong. I tried to be a tough guy to the, I mean, I wasn't like a super tough guy, but I was like, hey, you know, you can't do this to me. I'm gonna sell the load, blah, 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 blah. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better, you know. All right, I gotta go down there and check in, and I need my phone to see what my load number is and all that. So catch up with you guys in a minute. All right, we got checked in. They even gave us a sticky note with our door number on it, so we'll go get in door 62. And yeah, man, I think it might be quick. I mean, as quick as can be, right? I mean, not like super quick, but I think it'll be good. All right, our door's just on the other side of this yard goat, but he lowered the trailer down, so I can't really get a good angle, but there's plenty of room. I'm just gonna have to kind of do some weird finagling around to get in my door. So
you know, another day. He just picked the trailer back up and moved it now that I'm at this silly angle. It's okay, I'm just gonna have to back up. I mean, look at all the room I got up here. There's no trailers in front of the door I need to get into, but that means I'm gonna have to back up like a long ways to get the trailer into my dock. So that's just kind of the way it goes. And these docks aren't like really tight, but they're just too tight for me to be able to open my doors once I get between the trailers. So I'm gonna stop and do that here, and we'll get it in the dock, man. Get it in the dock. Actually, I might have enough room. I might. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna slide my tandems. Actually, I don't know if I need to slide my tandems, but I probably will, just because I am going to be disconnected from my trailer, which means that when you disconnect from your trailer, you don't have airlines going to your going to your airbags. Yeah, you don't have any air going back to your trailer, so it usually your airbags deflate a little bit, and it's just a little bit better if you're I should have opened my doors. Now everyone's right here. All these trucks are coming around me. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna slide my tandems, and then I'll see if I can get my doors open. I think I might be a little bit too tight to get my doors open, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's see. Woo! Just enough room. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get it in there. All right, we got her done. Got her disconnected, and got a pretty gnarly hole on one side of the that area right there, the pad. So the right side's good, but this driver's side is bad, so it's a little lower. So I don't know, but I left my tires underneath the front of the trailer just in case anything weird happens. But yeah, we're gonna get this going at 60 degrees. All right, we got a red light, so hopefully they're loading us soon. But I just went to the restroom, and then I came back out here to the truck, and when I opened the door and got in, it smells like torta. I threw away the trash. It's not even in here, and I didn't spill anything anywhere. There's just this Mexican food aroma. The essence of torta is still in this truck, in this cab. So I got hungry. I opened the door and I sat down. I'm like, I could go for another one of those tortas right now, man. I'm still digesting that one. But anyway, all right. Yeah, it is almost 11 o'clock in the morning. We had a 10 a.m. appointment, and we showed up here at 9 a.m. and now it's almost 11 and we're still waiting. We have a red light, but I haven't really heard them rock and roll the trailer yet, and I feel like I would really see that trailer rock and roll with the landing gear in that hole. I feel like the whole thing would be like whoa, whoa, whoa. So I haven't seen that yet, so we'll see what happens. We got 32,000 pounds worth of stuff going in there, and I assumed we were going down to Walmart in New Albany, Mississippi, because there's a big Walmart distribution center. So, you know, like when you see Tomah, Wisconsin, when you see Gordonsville, Virginia, when you see certain places, you're like, yeah, I'm going to Walmart. That's just, you just see the city and you're like, Walmart. You know already. I'm not going to Walmart in New Albany, Mississippi. I looked at it again. I'm like, wait, where's that? And then I had to recalibrate my whole mind around going. You know, it's like 3 miles away from where Walmart is, or maybe 5 miles away. I don't know, but it's on a different road. And I was like, where? Why did I just assume Walmart? And I just saw New Albany, and immediately I just assumed Walmart. So then if I didn't look carefully enough, I would have drove to Walmart with this load and just been like, "What isn't this the only place that receives refrigerated freight in New Albany, Mississippi? Isn't this? I mean, it's got to be." But anyway, all right, yeah. See how long this takes.
All right, it is now 1 o'clock. So we took a while for us to get loaded up over here. And we did get candy. So we got candy going down to Mississippi. And well, finally got our paperwork. So we're gonna get in there and get going, man. Get in there and get going. See, we got the green light. Now we just gotta hook back up to the trailer and get trucking, man. Let's get trucking.
All right, we're going trucking today. We're going trucking today. That just popped into my head. That's funny. But you know what? I actually got to look up my map on how to get out of here. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, I got it figured out. This route is actually toll free, man. You can drive this road toll free. 1-888-777-5555. No, but I was looking to see like, hey, is there a faster way? Like, you know, somewhere where I can get to an interstate instead of doing so many miles on, like, you know, non-interstate highways, state routes. And no, the state routes are the way to go on this one. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm an amateur over the road guy, right? Like, I'm not an experienced guy in any of these markets that I've been driving around in. Even my home market isn't too familiar for me, so I like to stick to the interstates, man. It brings comfort knowing I'm on an interstate rather than a state route that goes through little towns and stuff. And sometimes those little towns, it might be a state route, but it may not be, you know, truck friendly, let's say. Even if it is truck accessible, it's not truck friendly. Does that make sense? So anyway, I'm kind of stoked. The load was a little lighter than what they said it was going to be. They said it was going to be 31,000 pounds. It ended up being 21,000 pounds. It's loaded all the way to the back, but it's just candy. So yeah, not very heavy. And now we're headed down. Shoot, I'm trying to think of how far. I forget what the mileage was when I was taking off just now, but 600 and something miles, I think, if I remember right. I don't know. I was looking at a lot of different stuff because I'm looking at where I might stop. You know, like where would I, you know, stop and take a rest break and then keep driving in the morning if I'm going to do that. Because we are leaving kind of later than I wanted to. Because as it is now, I think we'd get there at like 1 or 2 in the morning. That just don't work, man. That just don't work. So, yeah. But I may need to kind of push it to get down there so that Miles can pick me up, you know? Because Miles, if I don't, you know, I don't want him to have to drive too far to get me, and I gotta drive as far as I can in this one shift. Because I can only take, I mean, I still have to take 7 hours in the sleeper, so if I stop somewhere along the way, I've got to stop for 7 hours, and he wants to pick me up really early because
he wants to get back on campus so that he can make sure he gets good parking by his dorm, because the parking situation sucks, especially on a game day. So we'll figure it out though. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out as I go, pretty much. Steady as she goes, man. Steady as she goes. All right, I'll catch up with you guys down the road. We stopped over here at the Pilot in Effingham, Illinois. You guys know what Effingham's all about. We don't like turkey, we like Effingham. I had to get some McDonald's over here, get my dinner on, and now we're gonna just try to get out of this guy's way, even though, let me see. Yeah, I'm like 2 minutes away from my 30 minutes resetting. But there's the guy behind me. I think he's done. So I think what I'm gonna do is just come over here and idle around over here and go in one of these parking spots, because I don't want to hold him up, but I don't want to trip myself. If I stop for 28 minutes, I'm going to get my 30 in. You know what I mean? That's just all there is to say about that. It's just my ELD requires a 30-minute break within 8 hours of driving, for every 8 hours driving, whatever. So if I don't do it now, I'll have to do it within the next like 3 hours or so, and well, that'd just be silly to stop for 27 minutes one time and 30 minutes another time. So I'm just gonna idle my way over here, and then we'll take off in a couple minutes. But yeah, so this is our one stop for the night, and I think I'm gonna reserve some parking right now. I just filled up here with some fuel, so I should have some rewards points built up, stocked up to use on some parking over there in New Albany, Mississippi. So I'm gonna do that thing where I reserve parking like way in advance and hope it works out. I don't usually like doing that because guys park in the reserve parking that don't want to pay. So it'll say that there's spots available, and then when you get there, there aren't any spots available. But I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. I'm gonna try to get that set up. Try and do some get some reserve parking. So because I'm gonna get there at like probably 11:30 or midnight. So it's gonna be a serious. There we go. We have 6 hours and 28 minutes of drive time available to us now. So I'm gonna get on out of here and get down the road. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys down the road. We should be available. We should be able to get where we're going and have a. I'm sorry, I suck at talking. Someone commented, they're like, man, it takes you 3 minutes to say something that should take 30 seconds because you're distracted while you're driving. You know, I'm done watching your videos. Peace out. And I'm like, yeah, I don't disagree with you. I mean, you don't have to leave me a comment if you're gonna stop watching my channel though. You don't have to leave a comment to say goodbye. You can just not watch anymore. That's fine. But I don't disagree with them. I suck at talking when I'm driving because I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, but I also kind of, you know, usually it's outward facing, so there's something for you guys to look at besides my dumb mug, and I just kind of say, you know, what am I gonna do? Go back and do like a voiceover dub for all my driving footage? No, I'm gonna just tell you guys what's up, what's going on, how we're doing it, and sometimes it sucks. I'm sorry. All right, but we're gonna get to New Albany. Hopefully there's still a spot left. I'm gonna reserve some parking right now on the app, and we'll just hope that it works out. I just got to make sure I can get there within the amount of drive time I have left. So, you know, we got 6 hours and 28 minutes of drive time available to us, and it's just a matter of whether or not we can get all the way down to New Albany, Mississippi from Effingham, Illinois in 6 hours and 28 minutes. So, I think the next thing that we'll do, I'll be driving down the road. It'll probably be dark. It'll be the middle of the night, and I'll be like, all right, here's the update. Here's how we're doing on time. We'll see if we're gonna make it. But anyway, that's just gonna be my little game that I play tonight. Is can I make it to New Albany, Mississippi before the 57 in south? Okay, it's right here. We gotta do a wraparound. Sorry. So a clover leaf. But anyway, yeah, so that's what the next update will be. This is terrible. This is really, really terrible. Terrible footage. Catch up with you guys in a little bit. I lied, it's not dark yet, but it's because I thought of something else I wanted to tell you guys. Back there at McDonald's, the cashier that took my order, it was one of those situations where you see someone, you meet someone, and being that I'm the father of a child on the autism spectrum, I'm like 90% sure that she was on the autism spectrum. She is wicked smart, like kind of a savant style, like way high functioning if she is on the spectrum. She's super high functioning, but she didn't really understand social cues very well. She did not make eye contact. She had some of the things that I recognize for people who are on the autism spectrum. She told the lady in front of me, she said, and I was at school today, and I had school all day. Well, and then she corrected herself. She said, well, college. So she's like a high school age girl going to college. I bet she's a savant. I bet she's super wicked smart. I bet that's my guess. But you know, like, how do you approach someone if you think they might be on the spectrum? Because I'd love to pick her brain and be like, hey, you know, what things help you? And there's resources out there for me. I'm just such a conversational guy that I like to talk to people rather than read things on, you know, in books. I'd rather talk to someone and ask them what they've learned rather than have them write it down and have me read it. It's just kind of the way I am. But I think because you can't interject and like
and like talk to books when they're teaching you, whereas when you're in a conversation with someone, you get to kind of guide it and direct it the way that like your brain's going. So if I wanted to, you know, hear more about one thing, I could ask her a question about that and hear. Anyway, I'm Dr. Phil in myself right now. I'm psychoanalyzing myself, but but anyway, yeah, it's kind of like when you meet someone that you're like 90% sure is pregnant, you can't say anything. You're not allowed. Like, they would take that as a major insult if they're not. Just like, you know, if you ask someone if they're on the autism spectrum, I don't intend that as an insult at all, being the father of a child on the autism spectrum. But you know, someone who doesn't understand autism or you know, doesn't have any interaction with it might see that as a major insult. So you just kind of leave it alone. And you know, I like to learn about autism. You know, it's different for everyone on the spectrum. It doesn't like flesh out in the same way for each kid, but you can learn a lot from people who have, you know, gone through it and done, you know, just lived more life and gone through the different phases, and you can see what challenges they've had. And so anyway, I like to talk to people about autism, but it's like they have to bring it up first. I can't. It's just like when a woman's pregnant, they have to bring it up first. I'm not gonna say anything. You could be 9.5 months pregnant, just big old pot belly. I mean, waddling around like a little duck, and I will not be like, oh, when do you do? That's it. I just leave it alone. You can't say it. You can't say it. You can't say it. Yeah, that's all I was gonna tell you guys. That funny story. That kind of funny comparison in my mind. It's like I really want to say something, but you know, oh well. There's plenty of people for me to talk to about autism. Not the random cashier at McDonald's. Let's keep on trucking. All right, here we go. It's been a while since I've updated you guys. I've been talking on the phone, connecting with other YouTubers, you know, the usual. But it is currently 11:25. I got 34 minutes of drive time left, and but I'm only 6 miles from the exit, so I am. We're doing good on time. We're doing good on time, and I'm just not looking forward to pulling in here to this pilot and seeing the you know, the parking spot, the parking situation. I know it's going to be tough to find a spot, even though I reserved one, and I'm going to have to probably go in and ask for a refund, you know, all that stuff. So, but we'll see when we get there. We'll see what it looks like. I guess I should hold off, you know, reserve judgment until we actually get there. So let's see what's going on. All right, let's get in here and see if we can find some parking. Let's just see.
reserves are over here on this back wall, back area. So let's see what we got, man. Let's see what we got. Might be a spot right here to our left, unless there's a bobtail in there or a drop trailer. Let's see. That spot is available.
All right. We got it in a spot. It actually wasn't a reserve spot, so I didn't need to reserve a spot this time. I bet that spot was taken at like 8 p.m., 7 p.m., something like that, by someone who has to go down the street and deliver to the Walmart distribution center down there. Looks like someone saved it just for me. But anyway, so can't get my reward points back because there are reserve spaces available. If there weren't any reserve spaces available, I could go in and get my money back, or my rewards points back. But I can't, since there are reserve spots. I didn't, all of those were worse spots than the one that was the free spot. So I got the free spot. And now I just got to get some sleep because Miles is going to be here like 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I'm going to go in here, use the restroom, and then call it a night, man. And so I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I don't know. Love you guys. Peace out. See you on the next video. I forgot we were going to look at the tolls from Illinois, but I looked, and the ones for today, or yesterday, I guess technically now, aren't on there yet. But the ones from earlier in the month when I rolled through Beloit, those ones were on there, and that was $26. So, you know, whatever. If that's all it is, it's not that much. I don't know how much this trip was, but I told you guys at the beginning of the video that we'd take a look at it, so I took a look at it, and I had to set up an account. I used my truck license plate number, but when I did that, I saw an option to add a trailer license plate number too. So I was like, you know what? Maybe they caught me like on the way out, and they took a picture of the trailer. Maybe that's why the tolls aren't showing up. But I put in the trailer. There's no tolls for the trailer, so I don't know if maybe it just takes a day or two for it to catch up, or if maybe I got away. I don't know. But all right, this is the real end of the video. Peace.